the old woman didn't invite her to come. This girl had a happy time with her lover. They even signed the marriage. But for some reason, they cut the pair. After a while, she found out that she was pregnant. Because of the high waist, she chose to raise her child alone. Life seemed to be so peaceful, but suddenly 5 years later she met Tan Ki. He is the author of the product that Manhwa is raising. It was a coincidence and a surprise that the two met again today at a party of Mrs. Tan Vlog. She was once the most beloved, but now she has to witness the sit on the thighs of another man. 5 years ago, Tan Ki proposed to Manhwa on the beach. The two had a beautiful love, but only 3 months later, she left. Today, the two met again at a party with a new gentleman. Tan Ki helped her ex-boyfriend get out of a mess. Tan Ki seduced, Manhwa has been gone for 5 years, but she is no different. She even wears shoes to get a man to have a family. She did that, did you see any regret? It's not that you've been too good to do that, my girl. Don't tell me you'll cheat on someone like you did 5 years ago. Manhwa did not explain, just hoping the other person would forget the past. The general shape of the old couple of the two broke up was also because of Manhwa. Manhwa looked at the back of his ex-husband's back. It's been so long, but you still hate me like that, Tan Ki. She picked up the phone and called the man she had just been flirting with, Kyan Hung. It turns out that the son Manhwa needs surgery for heart disease. Kyan Hung's father and wife are experts in this field, so the other party agreed to help Manhwa agree to act with Kyan Hung. And Kyan Hung's purpose is because they have a competitive relationship, so she wants to ruin Manhwa's reputation in this party. She knows Kyan Hung did it to threaten her, but because of the son's death, Manhwa did not bring everything. Tan Ki thinks about the old days, still feel very upset. He told his secretary to investigate Manhwa in the meantime. After reading the results, his heart rate immediately increased. Tan Ki had also had heart disease before, had to go through many major surgeries to survive. So his foster parents asked him to come to the hospital to check. Who would have thought that he would meet his old love there again? Manhwa saw Tan Ki and tried to avoid him immediately. Tan Ki just went and pressed the phone, then was hit by the doctor's car. Manhwa saw that, then immediately pushed him out in time. But he thought that Manhwa did that just to use himself. Don't pretend to care about me, I see you acting well. Tan Ki scared Manhwa to prepare for the spirit. She will have to pay for what I am going to do. Tan Ki went to the toilet and met a boy who acted the same as Tan Ki. The boy saw Tan Ki and complimented him, how handsome you are. Tan Ki also turned around to ask and praised the boy, who is the one who did that. Both of them did not know that they were the father and son. Manhwa once told the boy that the boy's father had gone somewhere far. Tone has never met his father since he was a child. He even thought that his father was dead. Tone was about to undergo a very serious heart surgery. Manhwa promised that if this heart surgery went well, she would give him a gift. This is the wish that Tone gave to his mother. The boy wished he had a father. Manhwa quickly moved on to another story. The needle in the bag had to be pulled out soon after Tone met his father. It is true that the family thread will naturally connect the two parents closer. Tone also asked the other party if they were married without a girlfriend. Tan Ki did not hesitate to say that he was still in love with his grandson. Tone was very happy to hear that and wanted Tan Ki to become his father. Before that, his mother told him that his father was very handsome and he thought he was handsome like his father. Tan Ki was about to take Tone to find his mother. The doctor suddenly appeared. The doctor had to understand because the child suddenly called this boy his father. Tan Ki was shocked when he found that Manhwa was the mother of the child. Looking at the family of 3, they were enjoying the joy that Tan Ki was sad. Why is that? Why is she happy and not you? People have been silent for a long time, but he is still lonely. Tan Ki is the new owner of the family hospital. He turned to ask if the secretary was making in and negotiate with the family. It was a project that Sang Lok bin Tim Lam sang, called Tat Lam Is, by Manhwa. On this side, employees in the company are talking about the scandal for days. The vice director of Toa Muk is Man-Tai's friend, so he stopped their fight. Man-Tai is the main character, but she may not care at all. What she cares about now is how she looks in the picture, fat and ugly like this. Toa Muk is very curious about the guy named Tan Ki. Why did he save him? Then Man-Tai also told, but did not say Tan Ki was his ex-lover. Man-Tai also hopes that the other side does not hate him anymore. Toa Muk is curious about what he did that he had to hate him. They must be a couple, but for some reason they broke up. Man-Tai found out that he was pregnant after breaking up and she still decided to have a baby. Unexpectedly, the baby was born with a heart disease, and was born from a father. To have money to pay for Man-Tai's child, he went to look for work everywhere. Fortunately, the vice director of the company, Mr. N, has accepted her to work. But Man-Tai is likely to be promoted to director after only 2 years. The fate of the joke is that she only had one party, but she had to meet her ex-lover. How much love did you have before? Now hate how many Tan Ki is so petty that you have to find a way to revenge. He deliberately caused difficulties in the cancellation of the original project of cooperation by Man-Tai. Man-Tai does not know that the person behind it is his ex-lover. General Director Ha Hai Tuong also thought it was Man-Tai's fault. Because the incident at that party also had a bad impact. Man-Tai's behavior that day was really inappropriate. But since when has Man-Tai's personal reputation been able to affect even Mr. N? Am I Mr. N's spokesman? If there is a spokesman, that position must be mine. The day after, the purpose of the project was cancelled because of the new owner of the nursing home. From Lam Dio Group to Lamp Dio Group to persuade the other party. And accidentally discovered that this person is the ex-lover. This time, she completely lied. But as a professional person, she quickly adjusted her feelings to show the following. No matter how many times I think about it, even if I keep failing, she won't give up so easily. We really have to be like this with each other after the new period. I can't forget what you did to me before. This is all the information about the mid-hospital project that the businessman has just edited and sent. On the other hand, it is still highly estimated that this project is whether we invested in it or not. Not only the quality of the project, but also the personality of the person in charge. Clearly, in his eyes, Man-Tai is still a bad person. But not long after that, he received help from his ex-lover. Happy's secretary said that Tan Ki's mother, who was abroad, arranged for him to go to see the car. Tan Ki reluctantly agreed. After meeting, he realized that the other party was very difficult to deal with. She kept talking about the bad things. Man-Tai is currently following Tan Ki, taking the opportunity and stepping out to untie him. And the price of this is that Tan Ki had to give her 10 minutes to introduce about mid. The other girl seems to like him quite a bit, but he can't get away. Who is that girl? Who am I? Who is she? He meant that 2 people can face me a little bit. It's okay, I don't exist. She is my girlfriend, Man-Tai. To save Man-Tai, the new girl that Tadain had just met, she sacrificed her life. When the last breath was about to run out, Tadain handed over the diary to Man-Tai to ask him to go see her. Tan Ki, when he was young, had been with Tadain for 15 years. Later, Tan Ki was adopted and taken abroad. When they parted, Tan Ki and Tadain promised to meet again after 15 years. Tan Ki also said that he would definitely marry Tadain's wife, believing in that promise. That day, after 15 years, Tadain went to the place where he had an appointment, but she suddenly gave up to save a stranger. To achieve Tadain's last wish, she brought Tadain's hair clip to the place. After seeing it, Tan Ki mistakenly thought she was Tadain. He immediately made the promise of the old year, kneeling and asking for a kiss. As a result, when Man-Tai just said that she was not Tadain, Tan Ki was heartbroken. In the moment of the crisis, she just said that she changed her name to Man-Tai. Her original intention was to temporarily agree to go abroad for surgery with Tan Ki, waiting until he recovered and told the truth. Unexpectedly, during the care of Tan Ki, Man Tai gradually fell in love with him, even though they had a sweet time. But when Man Tai told the story, Tan Ki still could not accept the feeling of being deceived. In the anger, he said, "I don't want to see you anymore." Unexpectedly, God gave him a son. The day he returned to China after 5 years, Tan Ki met Man Tai again. He was so angry that he would take revenge on her. As a result, the eye test was too difficult to get through, so he had to use the other party as a shield. If you have a lover, why do you still go to the eye test? Actually, I also want to see you. If you are better than this person, I will beat her, but she also sees that my boyfriend is very angry with me. Tan Ki promised to give Man Tai 10 minutes to introduce the mid-project, but had to go to his company to talk in the morning. Man Tai came as promised, but Tan Ki kept trying to delay the time. The time of the boy's surgery was about to begin. Man Tai promised to come to see the boy before the surgery. After a serious consideration, she gave up waiting. "Sorry, my mother is late, no need to apologize, I know my mother will come. My mother is still a little scared, please transfer my mother's energy to me. Now I'm not afraid anymore." Seeing the boy pushed into the surgery room, Man Tai was worried that something unexpected would happen. Tan Ki, on the other hand, knew that Man Tai had left, suddenly feeling angry, asked Happy to contact Man Tai's competitor. But the opportunity to cooperate built a smart heart surgery support system for Kain Wang. Kain Wang was happy to see him, but did not forget to suppress Man Tai, saying that her style seemed not very good. Became a director in less than 2 years. Everyone understands the maliciousness, where the old factory accidentally made a mistake in order to have excellent girls. Although I hate the old lover's deception, Tan Ki does not like to hear such words. I do not care what kind of person she is. But is it a little bit impudence for a man to say that behind a girl's back? Man Tai waited for a long time. Finally the boy had finished the surgery. When he heard that his son had passed the most difficult stage, she just breathed in gently. Man Tai could not hold back tears of joy. But soon she will have to face the problems in her work, caused by her old lover. "Can you hurry up a little? My grandmother is about to be late, hurry up, she is going slowly. I'm driving that car, they are a couple, but for some reason they broke up." After 5 years away, Tan Ki met again because of her hatred that caused many troubles for Man Tai. The company's project was cancelled because Man Tai himself had to run to Tan Ki's place to apologize. "I hope you don't have personal selfishness that can see cooperation from a professional angle." But Tan Ki is a bit childish, so no matter how he says, he doesn't want to meet. When Man Tai was tired, he used his talent to hack Tan Ki's computer to force him out to meet. But yesterday he was late by half an hour, so she let me climb the tree. Only half an hour, but 5 years before she tricked me for 3 months, I just got half an hour. Although he could not get rid of Tan Ki's anger, Man Tai also did not give up hanging on. Fortunately, at this time, someone came to announce that the time for the next trip had come. So Tan Ki took the opportunity to leave. Man Tai hurriedly chased after the plan to introduce the project to Tan Ki on the way. But the result is that she is still one step behind looking at him leaving. But the God does not help people. At this time, on the road, he was trying to make Tan Ki run away. But he saw Man Tai driving a car from afar. Hearing that she would take me away, he smiled. I told her that I would never take such a dangerous traffic vehicle in my life. I did not expect the next line to be a picture of going into the ground. Tan Ki was worried and kept encouraging, but the more he was tempted, the more unlucky. He had to hug Man Tai's thigh for a moment after he had made it to school. Finally, he also agreed to let Man Tai introduce the project to Tan Ki. In front of the introduction, there was a base of Man Tai and the spirit of thinking that made Tan Ki a little anxious. But she was only given a chance to fight. The final effort was also given to Man Tai, who could be happier. But after knowing that the opponent of this duel was Kayan Hung's company, Man Tai began to worry. She is always confident about her product. But Kayan Hung did everything in a moral way that she felt she should still be on guard. Tan-ki went to the family hospital to talk about the duel with the hospital. When he came back, he saw a happy family of 3. The fire inside just put out the fire. So he took the health test designated as a test for himself. And by taking the opportunity to criticize the other party, not professional enough. After hearing it, it was not fun, not bullied, not liked by the children. No matter how handsome he is, he will not let him be his father. Tan-ki met his old lover and the family of 3 was so jealous that they could not calm down. At the duel, he deliberately focused on Man-tai's product. But Man-tai did not have the courage to disobey the other party's opinion by making him speechless. The other day, he said one sentence, then he asked 3 questions, all of which were intentionally forced. After the duel ended, Tan-ki went to the convenience store near the hospital. Coincidentally, Man-tai's mother was there. When Man-tai went out to listen to the phone, Tan-ki realized that the boy was out of hand immediately.
Why did the child beat him? Because he bullied his uncle's father. So Tan-ki continued to attack Tan-ki, also excited to play together. After a long time, Tan-ki revealed the heart support machine after the surgery. The boy said that he was a superhero and could not lose. At this time, Tan-ki knew that Tan-ki had gone through a heart surgery. After asking, he knew that it was not his father who pulled him out. Combining these 2 things, a violent idea came to his mind. So he hurriedly asked about Tan-ki's birthday, but he was cut off by Man-tai. When his ex-girlfriend still hated him, she was afraid that the other party would take the right to raise him. So she tried her best to hide the boy's birthday. After not telling Tan-ki Man-tai in front of the child, he lied to him. Half a year later, Tan-ki's birthday was Tan-ki's 4th birthday. Tan-ki's birthday is Tan-ki's half a year later birthday, but Tan-ki forgot. Although Tan-ki did not believe it, he could not do anything. At the same time, Tan-ki also knew the story of Man-tai's husband. His mother said, "Dad went somewhere far away, but I know that means my father is dead. Can the adults take care of the children?" It's a lie, but it's not more amazing than anything. The next day, Man-tai knew that the company's competition had failed and felt incomprehensible. At the same time, the blame of the boss and the suspicion of his colleagues also made her angry. So she ran to Tan-ki to ask why he kept looking at her. The company's product, concerned with accuracy and safety, lost the summit. But the initial result of the competition was voted by the senior leader of the family hospital. Not related to Tan-ki in the words, he said Man-tai was harsh. But then he invited Kai and Hung to dinner to find out if he was cheating. Man-tai also had similar doubts during the process of following the director of Man-tai to meet Tan-ki. "What are you doing?" "So it's you, what are you doing here?" Another time during the process of following the director of Man-tai, a little bit more caught in the trap, Tan-ki came out to help. Also watching the fireworks, although Tan-ki did not admit it. But the 2 meetings made Man-tai realize that the other party had the same purpose as him. So she suggested that they cooperate to find evidence. As soon as both of them were about to leave, the staff brought a shirt with a lipstick on it to ask for money. Tan-ki was very angry and forced Man-tai to pay. Man-tai could not say it again, so she was angry that she bought the same color, the same size, for this boy. When Hadi saw the pile of shirts, the lipstick and the other lipstick, he was also happy. Because his boss was also addicted to girls. For women to study, it's not a joke. The company's product was unsuccessful the first time, as the project manager was teased by his colleagues. Faced with the difference in behavior and the enemy, Man-tai immediately stood up to refute, making the other party speechless. But victory by word is never a victory. Man-tai knew that the result was the result. She also poured coffee over the other party when he intended to tell her to get the hospital certificate of the A side and the competitors to compete with each other. Man-tai cooperated with Tan-ki, two people in turn to meet with the wife of the director of the nursing hospital, and Hai Noyet, the product manager of the company. Using the information gap between the two sides made Hai Noyet misunderstand. Then Man-tai asked permission to go to the bathroom. On the other hand, Tan-ki took the opportunity to forget the phone in the car and the two left. But there was a phone under the table that was still open. Hai Noyet did not know the relationship between Man-tai and Tan-ki, so she had no doubt. She took the opportunity to call the wife of the director of the nursing hospital. On the other side, Man-tai and Tan-ki were standing together listening to the conversation between them. No matter what Man-tai said, they were all teasing her, especially about the transaction between me and the director. The bill was finally approved by the committee. Tan-ki quickly announced the internal calculation of the company. Find the note to transfer money between Hai Noyet and the director. The hospital contract was returned to Man-tai. Create a grand party to invite colleagues in the food department. At the same time, the major shareholders of the A side were also invited. Why did you invite him? Why doesn't the director welcome me? Because my ex-lover is here, Man-tai feels uncomfortable at this meal. But when a colleague gave Tan-ki glasses, she was worried. Because anyway, he had heart surgery, so he should drink a lot of bad for health. So whenever someone comes to invite Tan-ki, Man-tai will stop. But I didn't expect that action to be considered by the other party as pretentious. Thanks to me, Man-tai spoke out the warmest words in his heart. He always says I'm lying to you, but I'm doing it to protect your life. But I don't owe you anything. Do you know why? Because that year he was in the hospital bed. When even the doctor didn't know how long he could resist, I was always by his side. Every day I tell him stories, I read his diary, I call him, I just hope he can hang up. His parents told him to wear this. He kept lying to his children that Iron Man was suffering from heart disease. So he was teased by his classmates to the point of psychological trauma. Tan-ki also had the same experience, so he wanted to help the child. He drew a heart-shaped Iron Man by hand, not only removing the button of the heart of Tone Tone,